So what is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mafex Avengers Age of Ultron HULKBUSTER. So let's get into it right away and start off with this ginormous box. So we do get a very large box for the Mafex HULKBUSTER, and I did just measure it before, and it's actually 14 inches tall. This thing is huge, but on the front of it says Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron Mafex Medicom toy number 20. We do get a very cool image of the figure right there, and then on the bottom says HULKBUSTER action figure Avengers Initiative. And then there is a flap on the box so you can open it, and it is magnetized. We do get some very cool images of the figure right there on the left, and we get the actual figure on the right behind a window, and this thing is seriously huge, like holy crap. And on the bottom says HULKBUSTER action figure Avengers Initiative. And then the bottom of the box has the barcode and blah blah stuff nobody cares about. The top of the box just has an image of the figure and says the same thing as it does right there. And then here is the one side of the box. And then here is the other side. And then the back of the box shows a few poses you can get the figure into, and since there isn't any accessories, they're showing off the articulated fingers and the leg articulation. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at this HULKBUSTER. Alrighty, so taking a closer detailed look, and Mafex actually did a very nice job with the detail. I think the sculpt looks magnificent on this figure, and the paint is pretty clean for the most part. There is some issues about this HULKBUSTER, which we will talk about first. If you saw my unboxing video, then you heard me say that I noticed some paint scratches or paint chips on the figure. And I noticed it right on the face. There's a paint scratch on the gold there, up there, on the top there. Then on the red piece here, there's a chunk of paint chipped off. And this was all fresh out of the packaging. And it's like, come on, man. And then this gold piece right here, there's paint chip right there. They didn't fully paint the gold there. Like, what is that crap? And then if you look on the arm here, this gold piece, let me show you guys close. Look at all the red paint. Like, it's all chipped off. Like, come on, Mafex, are you kidding me? Oh, man. And then you look on this gold piece, I don't know, it's like there's paint scuffs all over there. Paint chipped off here. Same with up there. Like, it's just, that's disgusting that this is happening with a figure that cost over $200. There's a paint scratch on the silver here. I have black paint spots there, and then on the top here, on the red, I mean, they painted it right, but there's too much red paint. There's just glops of red paint right there. So that's a bunch of paint issues, which there might be some more that I haven't noticed, but like I said, that shouldn't be happening with a figure that cost over $200. Now with the shoulder pad, if you notice, it's supposed to be glued on to this piece. As you see this one, it's fine. Now how come this one isn't glued on? What is that? Really, Mafex? Are you kidding me? You're doing half-assed shit in your factory when your stuff's being made. Can't even glue stuff on properly. I got pieces falling off when I'm articulating it. It's like, come on, I mean, I can fix it myself with crazy glue, but like I just said before about the paint, that shouldn't be happening with a figure that cost over $200. Now the last issue, just for the detail, if you look on the back here, see where my thumbs are? There's supposed to be two gold pieces in there, and they look like this. Now yesterday I was articulating the figure, taking pictures, posing it around, and this piece fell out, and I had no idea where it went. And then I realized from pictures that there's two gold pieces that go up there. So why do I only have one? Where's the other one, Mafex? Oh, I know, you guys forgot to include it with the figure. Like, really? That's why I couldn't find where this piece went. Because there's supposed to be two. And if the other one was there, I would have known, oh, it goes right here. And it's supposed to clip into something. So how come it isn't clipped in good enough? Like, come on, man. So that's another stupid issue with Mafex and their figures. I feel like they do half-ass shit and they don't give a crap. So now all the issues are out the way. Let's talk about the good with this figure. So the head sculpt, I think, looks dope. They did an awesome job with it. I love all the tiny sculpted detail over here, up on the top, just throughout the entire figure. And I love the color blue for the eyes. Kind of gives it a, like it's a lit up type look. So very nice job on the head there. And then under the head, we get some beautiful tiny sculpted detail. And they added a black wash all over the silver and red and gold parts. And it is on the red as well. But just beautiful work right under the head there, so that does look very cool. Now for the torso, they did a nice job with it. Like I said, I love the black wash all throughout, like the sculpted lines throughout the figure on all the tiny sculpted detail. I mean, these pieces look so dope. That looks awesome. Same with this silver piece right there. The arc reactor just looks great. I love the way that looks. Very nice job with that. Now the back of the figure here. This piece just looks dope as hell. I love the blue right in the center of these silver pieces. We get a nice black wash all throughout it as well, so very nice job with that. This piece looks awesome. And then same even with this tiny little piece. I mean, all the tiny sculpted little detail looks great on this figure. So very nice job with that. Now for the arms here, I like the way this all looks on the side of the torso. That looks very cool. These tiny little silver pieces on the gold. They sculpted the joint on the shoulder too, all around here. I mean, that looks awesome. So very nice job with that. The shoulder pad looks nice. I love these silver pieces here. That looks pretty cool. And I like how they sculpted and added a black wash on the elbow joint. That looks nice. And then the forearm here. Nice job with that there. The wrist looks pretty cool. And I love the way the palm looks on the hand. I mean, that repulsor looks dope as hell. Very nice tiny sculpted detail all around it also, and I do like the articulated fingers. And then we get this piece on his forearm, which you can move back, and then there's some silver piece under it that has some very nice tiny sculpt work all throughout it, but it's hard to get a real good look at it because this piece is kind of covering it, but you can move it back and forth. Now for the legs here, they did a nice job with the thighs, and I love all the tiny sculpt work on this silver piece. We get the black paint wash as well. I like the way this piece looks also, so nice job with that. And the back of it, really not much going on. Of course, I'm missing the gold pieces. Now the joint for the knee, I love how they did some very nice sculpt work all throughout it, added the black wash as well. And then we get this piece right here, which is on a hinge, so you can hinge it up and down. And then the front of the knee joint looks dope also. And I love the way this piece looks. That looks so cool. Nice tiny sculpted detail all throughout it. And then I like this piece as well. So very nice job with that. And the lower leg piece is just a separate floating piece, and I don't like that. I don't know. I don't like that they did that. Nice sculpt work on the top of that gold piece right there. Added a black wash as well. I like this piece on the side of the foot. That looks pretty cool. The front of the foot, very nice job on it. And I do like how you could see like screws or bolts right there. I think that looks pretty cool. And then the back, we get these two pieces which are on hinges. Now and I do love the way this looks on the back of the leg. That looks pretty cool. All the tiny sculpt and paint work as well. So nice job with that. And then finally, the bottom of the feet. I love the way these look. Those look dope. Nice tiny sculpted detail all throughout it. Very, very cool looking figure. I mean, it looks nice having it on display, just looking at it. But there's still some issues that are so dumb. And it's just ridiculous that there is issues like that on a figure that cost over $200, and it's not right that that happened. Mafex really did a half-assed job with some stuff, but other stuff on the figure does look very cool and very nice, which is mostly just the detail. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we just get one interchangeable head, which is the head to the Mark 43, and they did a very nice job with the sculpt. The paint's pretty clean for the most part, and we do get a black wash in the sculpted lines. Do have a little bit of paint bleeding of the red onto the silver there, and I do have a paint chip on the gold under his left eye, and then another paint chip on the gold up there, so that is pretty disappointing. But other than that, everything else looks pretty good, and I do like the blue for the eyes. And the way you get this on the figure, you just pop the Hulkbuster head off, and it's on a ball joint, so it just pops right on there pretty easily. And then there is a cool little feature to make it look like Iron Man just jumped in the suit. And the chest pieces do flap open, so these 4 gold pieces, you got to lift them all up from the bottom. And then the chest pieces are clipped on, so you have to lift them up a little bit so they unhook, and then pull down on the gold piece here. And then do the same thing with the other side. And then it looks like Iron Man just jumped into the suit, so that's actually a pretty cool little feature, and they did some nice sculpt work underneath it as well. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with the Hulkbuster. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. Now for the height of the Hulkbuster, it looks like he stands about 10 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall, and I think that's a little too big for 6-inch scale. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Civil War Captain America, the SH Figuarts Mark III Iron Man, the Good Smile Company Figma Avengers Hulk, and the SH Figuarts Age of Ultron Black Widow. And as you can see, the Hulkbuster towers over all these figures, so he's way too big for 6-inch scale. And then here he is compared to the Mafex Dawn of Justice Armored Batman, the SH Figuarts Civil War Black Panther, the SH Figuarts Civil War Ant-Man, and the SH Figuarts San Diego Comic-Con Broly. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Collective Shadowland Daredevil. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review! So now for the articulation, the head is on like a barbell type joint, so there's a ball that connects into the head, then the peg, and then a ball that connects onto the neck there. So the one at the head does go up and down a little bit, the one at the neck goes back and forth. We do get a little bit of pivot at the head, and then the neck goes side to side, and then we do get swivel, so we get good movement at the head there for it being a Hulkbuster. Now for the waist, only goes back about that much, and then forward that much, so really not the best movement. And then same with the pivot, only a tiny bit, and then we do get swivel there. Now for the arms, they try to do something that seems like a good idea, but there's an issue with it. So we do have a shoulder pad joint here, and then the arms, there's a joint that goes into the body that you can pull out, and then it hinges back and forth. So that's a pretty smart idea. The only issue is, it's so damn loose, and it's like that with both arms. Like, why does that do that, Mafex? Come on, man. I'm sorry, that's trash. That's so stupid. So we do get that joint there, and then the arms go out to the sides. About 90 degrees, a little bit less. Yeah, a little less than 90 degrees. Another thing is, I just feel it's just scary articulating this figure. I feel like something's going to break. They do go up and down. We do have bicep swivel. Now the elbows, you can shift the joint down about 2 clicks, and then you can get about a 90-degree bend out of it, so that's pretty cool. Now we get this piece here on the forearm, which is connected so poorly with the hinge that it's on. They pop off so easily, and it's so frustrating getting this piece back on, but you can hinge it back a little bit, and then the piece under it can slide back and forth. Now this is where I really like the articulation, which is the wrist. You can shift them out. It does swivel at the wrist, and it also swivels at the hand here, but it's also on a hinge. But you can move the hand in pretty much any type of position you would like, so that's why I really like the articulation at the wrist. And I also love the articulation at the fingers. They're all on 2 separate hinges, so I really do like that. And all the fingers besides the thumb can swivel, so I like that as well. Now for the legs here, they do shift down a little bit. You can kick forward about 45 degrees, and then goes to the back a tiny bit, and then can only kick out to the side about 45 degrees. Be careful of this piece. If you go up any higher, you're going to snap it off. And then we do get a tiny bit of swivel at the thigh there. Now for the knees, they bend back about 90 degrees, which is good for a Hulkbuster. Now this is where the articulation just is absolute garbage. The reason is, there is no type of ankle movement, and a deal breaker for me with a figure is if it has no pivot. And this is even worse than that, because it has no type of ankle movement, no swivel, no hinge, and no pivot. Come on, Mafex, this is 2017. You couldn't work in any type of articulation with this Hulkbuster. I find that lazy by Mafex, and they just didn't want to do it. So I really hate that. That's the one thing I hate most about this figure. Now the only type of articulation we get here, the top piece here on the foot is on a hinge that connects into the leg. Then there's another hinge there, and then this piece is on a ball joint. Now for the toes, it's on 2 hinges, one right there, and then another one there, so you can hinge those back and forth. And then the heels have these 2 pieces that hinge up and down, and then that's it. No ankle movement at all like I said, I find that really lazy, and that's a big deal breaker for me. No ankle pivot, and this thing has no type of ankle articulation. I mean, that's really bad. I mean, some people might like this figure, some people might not at all. I'll tell you, it's a nice looking figure. The detail and paint look great, but it's just, that's all I feel like it's good for, to just sit on your shelf behind your other Marvel figures. But anyway, that is my review of the Mafex Avengers Age of Ultron Hulkbuster. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd probably have to give it an even 5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, you could head over to Agelessgeeks.com. He has it in stock right now. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Daredevil 19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the So we do get a We do get a very cool image of the figure right there on the front, and then on the bottom it just says Damn it, son of a bitch. So you can open the front of the box here, and it is magnetized. And on the left we do get some very cool images. So now for the height of the Hulkbuster, he gets what? The SH Figure Arts Age of Ultron. What? Oh, that's Civil War. Damn! The SH Figure Arts Mark III Iron Man, the and as you can see, the Hulkbuster towers over all of them. He's way too big for 6. The SE. Whoa, what?